Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Marikakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us His truth. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect 144,000 men pushing the truth in wholehearted sincerity across the four winds. I am the Icon from the Chamber of Germany, camp of the Spirit of Power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Back with another lesson. This lesson is going to be entitled Iron Sharpeneth Iron. Alright, and you see the photo right here. And I was looking at it, and I was like, when I always pictured it, I pictured like iron, like two pieces of iron being sharpened together like this. But this picture right here kind of got me thinking, you know, about this truth. This picture right here in particular, you know, this one. This picture right here got me thinking. Because when the Lord chastises you, what does He do? He puts you in the fire and you get hot and you fuck up or you do your certain things, and then iron corrects. Bing, 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 removing the weakness and the dullness to the point where when it's hot, it's perfect, you know? And this is what this truth is like, alright? This is what this truth is like. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson, alright? So Lord, Proverbs 27:17. You know, I've come to really think a lot about the brotherhood and what it's meant. You know, I went to combat with dudes that I would consider brothers, and they were Edomites. Straight up. But they were in the suck with me, man. They bled with me. They witnessed death with me. You know, they helped me. They taught me. They sharpened me to the point, hey, without them, I don't think I would have made it. And would you talk about your camp like that? And would it would you have that same type of statement that I just made about men and the truth? If it wasn't for my brothers, I don't think I would have made it. If it wasn't for them during this fight, during this front line battle, because we are on the front lines. We are. We're on the front lines. And if you've been put in a position of leadership, or you've been put in a position where men are under you, you gotta hold your fucking self to a higher esteem. You do. More is required of you. Less of the world shit and more of the spiritual things. I believe that if a man been in this truth 10, 13, 14 years, he has a certain discernment about him. And he carries himself in a certain way, especially when it comes about the Lord's business. Are you going to fuck up? Yes, you're going to fucking fail. Yes, you're going to fuck up. But accepting that and growing, that's part of it. We're never done learning. And the Lord will give you what you ask for in many different ways and confuse you and put you in a position of such great humbling in many different ways. You know, I was doing a mission, and we were told that this guy that we were going to get, he was like an IED maker and a spotter for a sniper. And we got there and got into a fucking firefight. I mean, it was crazy. It was like hitting a hornet's nest. And they were shooting everything: mortars, RPGs, machine guns, snipers. They were attacking us. And I looked to my right and I saw a dude that I went to basic with, that I went to training with, look at me and say, "We got this." I want to be that type of brother in this truth. I want to stand for something like that in this truth. And, you know, that comes with denying yourself of certain things when you get to certain positions, you know. But anyway, Salakia. This is Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Okay? And how you are when the Lord uses you to correct men matters. Matters. You know? And that's a beautiful thing. Hey. And the Lord knows exactly what you need and who to send. You know? So when you're in that position, everything, let's say it like this. your 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 essence is an effect onto the lower rankings. You know? I mean, monkey see, monkey do, for lack of better words. You know? And I've 100% witnessed it. I've 100% witnessed exactly that. As is the leader, so are the soldiers. All right, and I'm talking about across the board: PT, shooting, map, map reading, land navigation. All right, reactive fire, troop moving procedures. All right, close quarter combat, jujitsu, across the board. I seen the squad; they were all the same, just like that, because their squad leader never pushed them, never challenged them, never pushed them to fail when it was time to train, never pushed them to be greater than what the world asked them to be, and always accepted just enough. I'm good at just this. I do just the standard, and I'm okay. And that's why they were just mediocre. But we aren't mediocre. We are the hopefully elect of the Heavenly Father, joint heirs of all things unto His Son, Yahweh Shai. How can that be mediocre? Can we not exercise that mentality here in this present state? That kingdom-minded mentality, that rulership mentality, that equal, that equal righteousness mentality, you know. But I see that a lot of a lot of brothers are still loving this fucking world, man. You know, they love the world. They hate it and they enjoy it at the same time. Is that wrong? I'm not saying that. But I'm saying as a leader, what you do is an example as a mirror for the younger ranks, for anybody for that matter. You know, we are the rulership of the world. You know what I mean? You know? Anyways, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. Two are better than one because they have a great reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him. Again, if two lie together, they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Okay? So the reason why I wanted to bring this out is because you've been given the gift to have brothers that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai and follow you and believe in you and accept you as their leader. You know, you have to hold yourself to a higher esteem, you know, and that comes with the riches and the I almost said a word, but you understand. That comes with that. That comes with that immortality. That comes with that power. Walk. Walk. Why walk? We fly. You know what I mean? Can we not exercise certain things here in this side for the younger ones to see and aspire to be? That maybe when they do get into this time of being greatly put through tribulation, they can look upon your works in you and see that you're gonna make it. You're gonna make, yeah, you know, and it motivate them. It boosts their faith, you know, and that's what the Heavenly Father puts each other here for. We're all here to help one another. We're not here to tear each other down. It doesn't make any sense. We're here to help one another in the brotherhood. We're here to hopefully help one another obtain salvation. Can you give me salvation? No, but you can push me. You can help me and rebuke me. You know, you can warn me constantly until I do it. You know, you see. But why? Because you love me. You really do love me. That's the love of a brother. That's the love of family. You know. Now, I'm not saying to keep saying the same thing over while the person keeps doing deceitful and wicked things. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you can still be a motivating factor to brothers within this truth by your actions, especially as a leader. All right. Proverbs 27:5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. See? All right. And the point I wanted to bring right here is open rebuke is better than secret love. It's 100%. Being rebuked openly, it's like a splash of cold water in the mouth, in the face, while you're sleeping. But sometimes that's what people need. Sometimes that's what all it takes. You know, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. You can see, you know, enemy don't really like you, but the wounds of a friend, they're gonna They're there because they're snapping you back into reality to do what you got to do, all right? To get yourself right with the Heavenly Father, to not get yourself handled and judged out here with these fucking heathens and demons about to be put to death. And there's a great cleansing coming, you know? And people, you tell certain people and they act like they don't fucking hear. And that's okay. But this is what things for sure right here, though. This is what the Lord do to the ones he love. This is what happens when the Lord loves you. Because you're going to become perfect for him. Regardless who hits you. Or you're going to get right for him. You know? Both of all of it belongs to him. The Heavenly Father. How about Shem Yahushai? Okay? This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assemblies of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as you see the day approaching. You know, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. All right, keeping each other in mind, keeping us on a straight and narrow path, of warning, encouraging one another to continue to do their work. All right, be an example unto love and good works. How, love is what? Keeping the commandments and good works, doing the work. We're doing the truth. So we provoke one another unto keeping the commandments. Okay? And when you think about that, how do you carry yourself provokes another unto keeping the works? You know? And it sounded funny to me, but that's why I always shut the fuck up. I let people talk. Okay, I learned that shit quick in the military, especially in basic. Shut up and just let people talk. You know? Let people talk. They gonna show you who the hell they are. Okay? But one thing I've noticed for sure is that when you let somebody talk, they're gonna really be themselves and you're just quiet. They think you to be a sucker. But anyways, when I found that when people did this, they were always like, people will always try to follow what that person says, you know, whether it be good or bad, people always try to follow, in the military. And I was always one who observed before I followed. I asked, like, what is this? And then what is that? you know, Not challenging authority, but acknowledging what I'm doing and thinking about it. So I'm saying that to say, I always thought about how I conduct myself and how it reacted to my soldiers. And they do. They will copy you 100%. Your mannerisms, everything you say, everything you do, they pick it up. And in this world, in these days, being all worldly and conducting ourselves in worldly ways, it may bring younger men into demons that they're not even prepared for. You know, Trying to keep up with you in your lifestyle. You know, Trying to run around with you in your lifestyle might bring brothers into uncomfortable positions, and you're not even noticing it. You so steady balling, getting that guap, that paper. You know, This thing is a very gentle and delicate thing. You know, men are delicate. Sounds fucking funny, but they are. When you say it out loud, but they are. Oops, wrong thing. I wanted to. Yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such an one hath found a treasure. You see, and this is a blessing in these fucking days, man. To be alone in this fucking world, in this truth, is hell. It's a hard thing. You got no one to talk about your problems with. Nobody understands you, and now you've been given the opportunity to have brothers under you, and you handle it any willy nilly way. Shame on you. And the Lord got something for you. You know, verse 15. Nothing doth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. You see? You see? 100%. You know? And you should strive to be that righteous ruler in these days. Show the young man what you're about, what the Lord would be like. I've adapted the mentality of what would you do that if the Lord is standing right behind you? It's a scary thing, you know. So with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. And again, I want to give all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Arakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and College this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect 144,000 men pushing the truth in the whole heart as the city across the four winds. Until next time, Shalom.